I'm Christopher Shepard, Director of the Eleanor Buckwolf Nature Center in Wethersfield. We are a member of the Wethersfield Green Summit Committee, a group of organizations and volunteers formed in 2007 to help Wethersfield become a greener community. We're excited to partner with Wethersfield's Neighbor to Neighbor Energy Challenge to focus on conservation and renewable energy.
Hi, I'm Roger Smith, and I'm proud to be part of the Neighbor to Neighbor Energy Challenge team. The challenge is an innovative, community-based effort to help residents reduce energy waste and increase their use of clean energy. Today we're in Wethersfield, working with the Wethersfield Green Summit Committee to talk about energy-smart ways to heat water in our homes. Before making an energy-saving investment, it's critical to start with an energy assessment to make sure the improvement is right for your home. Home Energy Solutions is a unique program sponsored by the Connecticut Energy Efficiency Fund in partnership with CL&P, UI, and the natural gas utilities. In this program, certified energy professionals will help pinpoint energy leaks and help you prioritize improvements.
The Department of Energy estimates that water heating uses between 14 and 25% of the energy used in a home. This video will explore ways to reduce the amount of energy that you use, including alternatives to conventional tank water heaters. Most people use storage tanks to heat water. In a conventional tank, the water cools down while it's waiting to be used. A conventional tank is around 60% efficient, which means that more than a third of the energy used to heat water never actually makes its way to the end user. An electric tank is closer to 90% efficient, but electricity is far more expensive than oil, gas, or propane for the amount of heat that it delivers. Tank water heaters do not last that long, typically between 10 and 13 years. If it's time for you to think about replacing a water heater, the good news is that there's alternatives that likely didn't exist the last time you looked for a water heater.
An example of this is that traditional gas or oil water heaters use household air for combustion. If you buy a new fossil fuel unit, insist on a model that can be directly connected to outside air to save energy and avoid the possibility of carbon monoxide poisoning from equipment failure.
The first type of unit to consider is a tankless or on-demand water heating system. These units forgo the tank entirely and use gas, propane, or electricity to heat water when you turn on the tap. The minimum efficiency for an Energy Star on-demand unit is 82%, which compares to 67% for an Energy Star tank. Today we're going to talk with Robert Wright of Wethersfield about his experience installing a tankless system in his home.
3 years ago, I did a little research. I wanted to find the most efficient alternative, save the most money, since I knew I wanted to replace the hot water system. And looking over all the alternatives, on-demand, pilotless made a lot of sense. You didn't have to have the pilot on all the time. You didn't always have to heat, 40 or 50 gallons in a tank, especially when you weren't using it or when you were on vacation, right? The modern tankless heaters are so small, about the size of this placemat, really, and they just fit on the wall and vent outdoors and only come on when you need them.
One significant advantage of tankless water heaters is that they're generally warranted for about 10 years and expected to last more than 20. They're also easy to repair, which can significantly extend their life. And if one of these heaters does fail, there's no water tank to rupture, causing a major leak.
I had a really great old system that lasted about 21, 22 years. One of the old E.O. Smith systems that just wouldn't die. But what a lot of folks don't realize is that while it may still be heating water, it's not doing that efficiently.
There are a few issues to think about when selecting a tankless water system. One is how much water you use at once. For example, if you take a shower and want to run the dishwasher at the same time, you might get cooler than expected water for both. It's really important to size a unit right for your needs. On the other hand, if you like to take showers one after another, you never have to worry about running out of hot water using a tankless system.
A second issue to consider is the length of the hot water lines in your home. For large homes where water-using appliances and faucets are at considerable distances from the hot water heater, you may have to wait longer than usual to flush cold water from the lines and get hot water. A second type of water heater quickly coming into the mainstream is called a heat pump water heater. Heat pump water heaters are ideal for homes heating water with oil or electricity where natural gas is not an option. Electricity is an extremely expensive way to heat water. An electric heat pump water heater can cut this cost up to half. This efficiency improvement comes as heat pumps work like a reverse refrigerator, using electricity to extract heat from the surrounding air rather than using it to directly heat water.
One added benefit of these units is that they dehumidify the surrounding air as they run. Heat pumps can also be retrofitted to existing electric hot water heaters. Heat pumps are only suited for open spaces like basements that stay between 40 and 90 degrees throughout the year and also have a lot of open air. Heat pumps also condense water vapor out of the air, so you need a place for that to drain.
A third type of water heater produces hot water without fuel by collecting energy from the sun. Solar hot water heaters combine roof-mounted solar collectors with the storage tank. There are several different types of systems, but their function is the same. Sunlight heats up the solar collector, which then transfers the heat to a hot water tank.
Just behind it is it's all copper, but it's been painted black, and that's what actually absorbs the heat when the sun hits it. Like anything else, you leave something black out in the sun. That's exactly what it is. Simplest thing in the world, I guess.
Solar hot water collectors are less sensitive than solar photovoltaic panels to rooftop placement. While it's optimal for them to face true south, solar hot water collectors have latitude for less than perfectly oriented roofs. Solar hot water panels are also much more tolerant of partial shading than solar power cells. Of course, no solar technology will work well in shadow, so think about obstructions like trees when deciding if solar is right for you.
If the panels aren't hot enough, the system won't turn on. At that point, the system, as you can tell with all the valves and stuff, the main water supply from the house comes in, goes to our tank first, then it goes to their secondary heating source. So if for some reason, if you had a week where there was no sun and it did not heat enough to heat that tank, their system would take up the slack, as I guess you could say.
There are a few issues to consider with solar hot water heating. In addition to how your roof is angled, the condition of the roof and its ability to support additional weight is important. The solar hot water collectors will also need to be integrated with your home's existing plumbing and hot water heating systems, and in some homes it is costly and difficult to connect these systems to the roof.
Really, it's about, living in today's world within your means. The footprint that you leave behind impacts you more than you realize. It's not just your pocketbook, it's the environment, it's our children's future, and I feel very strongly about that.
Which type of water heater is right for you? It really depends on how much hot water you use, how much gas, oil, and electricity cost, and also how your home is configured. In general, we recommend ways to switch from electric resistance heat and oil, as these are the most expensive fuel sources. To find the right option for your home, get started with an energy assessment today. Visit ctenergychallenge.com, call our office at 860-372-4406, and we'll help get you connected to a neighbor-to-neighbor Energy Challenge approved contractor today.